What if you died, only to awaken in a place where time no longer existed? What if, in the moments after death, you found yourself standing on the threshold of an unknown realm, forced to face everything you had ever been? This is the story of Emma, a woman who thought death would bring peace but instead pulled her into a world of endless questions and even darker answers. Emma Walker had always lived her life by one simple rule: work hard, love harder, and never ask too many questions about the future. At 34, she had a successful career, a home she was proud of, and a family that depended on her. She had everything she could ask for, and yet there was always this nagging emptiness she couldn't explain, like a whisper in the back of her mind, telling her there was something more to life than what she could see. But on a rainy Thursday night, while speeding down an empty road, Emma's world came to an abrupt halt. The last thing she remembered was the screech of tires, the blinding headlights of another car, and the sound of metal crumpling as her car spun out of control. And then, nothing.
At first, Emma thought it was just a dream. Her body felt strangely weightless, as if she were floating, suspended between two worlds. When she opened her eyes, the first thing she noticed was the silence. A silence so deep, it seemed to swallow everything around her. No sound of wind, no rustling of leaves, just an overwhelming quiet. She looked around, her heart hammering in her chest, expecting to see her wrecked car, or, at the very least, the road she had been on. But there was nothing. Instead, she found herself standing at the edge of an endless abyss. The ground beneath her feet was soft and moist, like dark velvet, stretching out into a void that seemed to go on forever. The sky above her wasn't a sky at all, just an endless shifting expanse of deep purple and swirling clouds. Her breath caught in her throat as she realized she wasn't anywhere she recognized. "Where am I?" she whispered, her voice barely audible in the thick air.
From the darkness before her, a figure emerged. It wasn't a person, at least not in the way Emma had ever known. The being was tall, its body made of shifting shadows and glowing light. Its eyes, glowing faintly, fixed on Emma with a gaze that felt both knowing and distant. "Welcome," the figure said, its voice not heard with her ears but felt deep inside her mind. "You have crossed over."
Emma's stomach twisted. What does that mean? Am I dead?
The figure did not answer right away, but instead it stepped forward, and Emma felt herself drawn toward it, unable to resist. With every step the figure took, the air around her seemed to grow heavier, colder. "You are at the threshold," the figure finally spoke. "A place between life and death. It is here you must face your truth."
Face my truth? Emma repeated, confused.
"Yes," the figure said softly. "The truth of who you were, who you could have been, and what you must now become."
I accept.
"You are ready."
Would she be ready?